Hi, this is Jenna.
And this is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah. I know I caught you off guard.
I was like, I don't know.
She thought we were just going to go right into it. And then I was like, what are you doing this weekend? She's like, what are you talking? What's a weekend?
Okay, so I'm actually working this weekend, but on Thursday, tomorrow, is my daughter's 8th grade graduation.
Yes.
So I'm going to be going to that, and then I'll be working and maybe going to the desert.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Hopefully. I'm going to Vegas. Happy birthday, Shawnee. We're going to Vegas for Sean's birthday.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I know. Very excited. We got a cabana thing, which we've never rented one before. So it's called the Backyard Cabana. And it seats like 12 people. There's only a couple of us going, like a handful of us, but we don't care. And it has the beer pong table that comes with it.
Oh, how fun.
And the cornhole, or was it called cornhole? Whatever. It has like a bunch of like those like little games. Yeah. And it's gonna have a TV, and we get it from 10 until 5.
Oh, that's
so
good.
It's gonna be like a full-time job of just like drinking. And lounging by the pool. And yeah, I'm like super excited because like usually the pool makes me tired, so I'm already planning in my naps after the pool because he wanted to go to the pool, and I'm like, oh, but you know what, I'm gonna want to like go to bed at like 2, so then that way go take a nap, go back to the hotel. But now we can nap at the thing, so I'm getting really excited. We've never rented one before, and it wasn't that expensive. Like I always think of them as like $500, $600, $700, $800 and more
for the day.
Yeah, and it was only like a couple $100. But you have a minimum that you have to order for food and drinks. But we're gonna do that anyways. Like it's
Between
like a
everyone.
$300 minimum, and there's gonna be at least 4 of us.
Easy.
So it's like we're in Vegas, of course, over 8 hours. There's no way we're not gonna spend that much.
I feel like if you like go to lunch, you can spend like $100
on like 2 people. Yeah, like with alcohol and everything. There's no way. So, yeah, it's gonna be like super fun. And then me and his girlfriend are gonna see Magic Mike tomorrow night.
Ooh,
so I'm very
sounds
excited.
I've never seen like Magic Mike or anything like that.
I've seen Magic Mike before, and I have to go back for more. Yum.
Fun.
And then
fun.
And then he and my husband are going to see like Country X or something.
What is that?
I don't know. It's at Harrah's, and it's just like it's like the girl version of like cowgirls or something. I don't know. I don't fucking care. I'm seeing Magic Mike. I don't give a fuck about what they're doing.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah,
and then the next day we're gonna go to the pool, and then the next day after that, and then that night we're gonna go on the Ferris wheel, the Link Ferris wheel, and it's like all you can drink.
On the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, it's like a bar inside these little like spaceship looking things. They're like little balls.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you go into it, and it holds like 15 people. The whole ride is, I think, a half an hour. And you can drink as much as you want. It's like all you can drink.
So you're going to Vegas. You're going to be in a spaceship. And
there's all the Vegas spaceship stuff going on. The alien.
Oh my gosh. You're going to get abducted.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe we can go.
Hopefully at the Magic Mike show.
Right? Hopefully Magic Mike abducts me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then we come back home like super early. It's like a 36-hour trip because I have too many kids to be gone that long. But me and Brad get to go away together with no kids, which that never happens. So
you're going to pack it all the fun in.
Yeah. Maybe we'll like not sleep. And we'll just like stay. No, I want to enjoy my time.
No, you should at least.
No,
you'll
first
be napping.
Night. At least the first night we'll sleep.
Yeah.
And then we'll stay up really late the next time, and then.
But like, you never really know what time it is when you're in Vegas.
No, you don't. Last time that I was in Vegas, we did the same thing, and we had to be at the airport by like 8 a.m. on the last day, and it was the same. Like we went to Magic Mike the first night, and then we went to the pool. Then it was like the same setup. That's what you do in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And we tried. It was me and my friend Alexis, and we tried to like stay up the whole 36 hours.
Oh gosh.
We couldn't do it. We made it all the way to like 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and then we had to be up by like 5:30 or 6. I passed out like an hour before we had to get up.
So you had a little
and
nap?
I was so hungover, so fucked up that the valet people at the bottom of the like hotel had to literally carry me into the taxi to go to the airport. There's a picture of me like asleep, like passed out on
They're like, it's time to leave now.
Please get out of our hotel now. Goodbye. Let me help you.
I wonder if they were like, I wonder whatever happened to that woman. Like, how many times did they say that? Like,
I hope she's okay. I hope she made it. Like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So. Well, that sounds exciting. I can't wait to hear all about it when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, my weekend's not going to be that exciting. I'm going to be working. But I have had off, like, about, a week? Almost a week. I took some time off for myself, and which was kind of nice too, because it's the kids' last week of school, so, and I had them this weekend. So actually we went shopping. We did a lot of shopping because we had to get Isla's graduation dress and like all her stuff for graduation and stuff.
Her friend was over, right?
And her friend came over, yeah. And then they actually did a whole, like, I reorganized, like, my entire, warehouse / garage and for my Poshmark. And they went shopping, like, in my Poshmark.
Oh, my gosh.
And they had, like, I didn't realize how much stuff I had that, like, they liked. And they got swimsuits because they had a beach trip.
Yeah, really?
So it was an eighth grade beach trip that they just did, and they're like, we need to go get swimsuits, and I was like, no you don't. And I pulled out like 4 bins of like swimsuits, beach cover-ups, shorts, tank tops. I was like, shop.
Oh my god.
And it was shit that's not even listed yet, like all fucking brand new with the tags. And they're like, can I have this? I was like, take it all, because like I don't want to list anything because I'm kind of over it. Well, I already have like over 1,000 things listed.
Yeah.
And I probably have like, I don't even know how much I need to list.
Yeah.
So, yeah, long story short, that we did a lot of prepping for graduation.
Yeah. I hope I can go tomorrow. I'm supposed to go. So.
Yeah. So if you need swimsuits, just hit me up.
I do.
I have a bunch.
I do. I always need swimsuits because you probably have cute swimsuits. I need ones that like cover me. You probably have like bikinis. I need like high-waisted, like from all my C-sections.
No, I do have high-waisted because it's really in style right now, but they are 2 pieces. And then I even have some that have like little skirts on them. Like it sounds old lady, but they're not. They're like super trendy.
Ones,
they're like the little, like the ones Kim Kardashian wore, the ones that tie, the little sarong or what are they called?
Yeah, sarong.
Yeah.
I just fucking bought a bathing suit.
Oh, yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, no.
But still, I'll still get one. I bought one for Vegas, and I bought it off of Shein, and it's like a one piece, and it's cute and whatever, but
I usually wear one pieces myself just because I feel more comfortable in them.
Yeah, I do too now.
But I like the little cutouts on them.
I do too.
You know, like it's just
and then
cute.
you get like a cute little tan.
Yeah.
If you tan.
Yeah, I do tan, but like I get like red, like a redneck, and then it turns kind of brown.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because my dad would get like super dark, but he would get like red dark.
Oh, like a red Indian chief.
Yeah, like yeah. I would always just say redneck because my dad's like blonde.
I'm just thinking about like the rednecks, what are they? The Indians, or are they even they're not even a sport anymore, or like the football.
Oh
team,
no, we
Chiefs?
talked about that on one episode. They changed their name or their mascot.
It was the Braves.
Was it the Braves? It's baseball.
Baseball? I don't know.
It's the Braves. And then the Chiefs, I think, is football.
Yeah.
And then the Black Hawk or Black something is hockey.
That's right. We did talk about
We talked about it on the Australia one, I think. I don't know why we talked about it on the Australian one.
We were all off on that day. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it was going to be Super Bowl weekend. That's why we talked about it. Because they were going to play.
Not that we even watched the Super Bowl.
Well, we were like, who do you think's going to win? The Chiefs or the fucking whoever played? I don't even remember. That shows you how much I care about football.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't care about football.
We care about the parties sometimes.
I mean, I would always go to Super Bowl parties if people invited me. Like, I would go, but I wouldn't watch the game. I would just, like, drink and eat food and hang out, and I was single, so I'd meet boys. That's about it. But, yeah. Today we are going to actually be talking about aliens and a little bit about Las Vegas. So it's kind of interesting. That's cool that you're going to be going.
I know. I'm hoping that I get
perfect
to
timing. I hope you don't see them, but if you do,
I hope that I get to go see like something like a remnants of it, or you know, like I don't know, like maybe all like, you know how when you're on the strip, there's like all these guys with the signs that are like, don't gamble, it's a sin, love Jesus, and all that. Yeah. I wonder if they'll be like, alien ones, beam me up, they're coming. I wonder if they're going to change what they say to like, Jesus is coming, the aliens are coming.
Oh my gosh.
I'll look out for
end of the world.
Oh, look out for my Facebook Lives, because I'll go Facebook Live if I see anything like that on the Conspiracies Unlocked Facebook
page.
page.
Should totally go live on Conspiracies Unlocked, because we haven't ever gone live on there.
No? You don't? I've never done a video or reel or anything. That's all you.
No, but we need to go live on there because we need to have somebody lives too.
Okay.
For like engagement. So, yeah. But let's get into today what we're going to be discussing, because it's a lot. I literally have an outline, and so we're first going to be talking about the Pentagon.
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
Well, that makes sense. Every conspiracy has to involve the government. Pentagon, CIA.
Yeah, so...
Secretive co-op.
This actually was reported by NBC News with Lester Holt, and a lot of other places also. But this was, like, I think the first place that I heard about it. That is not my source. My source is actually militarytimes.com, which is, like, a non-biased... source, but it was reported on NBC News and a few other news outlets as well. The news report came out in March of this year, beginning of March, with the headline stating potential mothership coming close to Earth.
Which is so crazy, because I didn't hear about any of this until a week or two ago, and we were...
I mean, it was pretty recent. This is March.
Yeah,
March 9th.
But March, we did a news update of the UFOs and the weather balloons, like all that, because they were thinking that the weather balloon, I think they tied it all together. Do you remember how they thought the weather balloon going over Canada, there was a few more weather balloons, and they thought some of them were UFOs, and it was kind of like...
Well, they were definitely unidentified objects in the sky that were being reported over multiple news sources that...
During that time.
And in February, right? Yeah. That was February.
And that's one of our, like, we have an episode about it. And that was when earthquakes were going on and all sorts of stuff. And we did an update in March, number 2.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's when we started thinking Project Bluebeam also back then.
Yeah. So it's like all coming together and it's all connected. And like, I just can't believe that we didn't know that it was so close to home in Vegas, and you know.
Yeah, so it has escalated. So the Pentagon chief, UFO chief, sorry, let me start over. Pentagon UFO chief says alien mothership in our solar system is possible. So the head of the Pentagon's unidentified aerial phenomenon. So remember, they're not saying UFO anymore. Now they say UAP.
I know. Brad was so confused, and he's all, what the fuck is a UAP?
I know, and I still say UFO. So if you ever hear me say UFO, just know I'm also grouping that in the UAP, because UAP is so new to me. I just say UFO.
It's so stupid. Like, why are they changing shit?
I mean, but then
it's all the same thing.
Well, then there's also USO, which is also for the water submerged. But that makes sense, because it's not flying, it's submerged. So that makes sense, UFO, USO. But UAP, it's the same thing as a UFO. It doesn't classify any different. What's the point of it? I don't know. It's just unidentified aerial phenomenon. So that's what we're going with, because that's what the Pentagon is calling them. So the research office stated in a report that there is a strong possibility that extraterrestrial mothership and also with smaller probes are visiting different planets, including Earth in our solar system. So, like, they don't just believe they're coming to Earth. They believe that they are going to multiple planets.
For sure. Why wouldn't they?
System.
If they can come this far, why wouldn't they go to all the other planets and see where else they can inhabit? Because that's what we try to do when we go to other, like, where they're trying to figure out if we can go live on Mars when Earth is all fucked up, you know?
Exactly. And, you know, we still don't know, like, if this is true, we still don't know, like, everything is speculation, so we still don't know what if they're doing their own scientific studies, like how we send probes to, like, different, like, Mars and the Mars moon rover and, like, everything. Yeah. They could be doing something similar. We really don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing that's interesting about this is actually coming from the Pentagon. And how many times before in the past years, everything was like, no, it's a weather balloon. It's
it's always a weather balloon.
Gas.
It's so like, funny. We should have known that the weather balloon was a bullshit story because they fed us the same shit in like the 30s, right? It's a weather balloon.
Exactly.
When Roswell happened, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it's like now they're coming out and it's actually, and before this would never make it on the news. Like, not in that. I mean, yeah, maybe they would write about it in the newspaper or something.
What
back
I
then,
want to know
not
is
like the way they're actually coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, this could be a mothership." Like, wait, what?
Yeah, like all nonchalant. Like, what? You guys knew about this?
And then they go to like commercial break. Like, it's just like now we're gonna watch the fucking new commercial for the new Netflix episode coming out about whatever show. Like, like it's just like, oh yeah.
Nonchalant, like, oh, and this is the mothership. It's coming for all of us. Okay, and back to your regular program. What? What I want to know is, they're finally releasing all this information. Is it because the alien came, or has aliens been coming and they just chose not to release it until like right now? And if so, why are they having us look this way? What's going on to the other way? Mm-hmm. They're having us look left. Well, what's right? What's going on? There's something else going on here, and I don't know what it is, but we need to really pay attention to, like, what else is going on with the government other than the elections. That's too obvious. There's something else occurring. I know that Trump is having his charges, and maybe they're doing that too.
And he just pled not guilty yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, so maybe maybe they're trying to do that to, like, get the heat off of, like, getting Biden, like, with that. I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, think of what.
Also, FedNow is rolling out July 2023.
In July, yeah, FedNow.
I'm all 2023 this year.
Yeah, so in like 2 weeks, what is going on underneath? So we all need to, like, take note and listen to that, because, or like look for something, because there's something else going on. I have a feeling, and it could just be me, like, since we've been doing this podcast and me being like, you know, get out the tinfoil hat, but it seems like there's always something else going on, and they try to redirect you every time.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of like, I don't know if the word redirection or misdirection, or like, you know, they try to look over here, like, you know, you throw the rock that way, but you're really going to run that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of that going on, and obviously it's been going on for years. Mm-hmm. I think now just people are more aware of it, because with technology, we have the ability to, like, look things up on our own or research more now than ever.
Easier than having.
Yeah. And so
before, you would have had to go to the library, get the World Book or the encyclopedia or the old newspaper archives, and
yeah, everything is just at your fingertips within seconds. So you can debunk things, you can look things up, you can research things, you can listen to people's podcasts.
Not that anybody fucking does, I swear to God. They just spew their fucking mouth all over the place without actually researching anything. And then they sit there and try to fight with you about it. And you're like, dude, I've done my research on this particular subject, and I can show you all of this, and I can show you on
here are my sources.
Yeah, here's the government website that says this. Oh, no, that's not right, because the news said it's not right. Like, what the fuck?
I know. So I tried to, like, I did look this up from multiple, like I did say, you know, this did first get my attention from the NBC News, but I'm like, okay, what else reports are there?
Yeah.
Nothing against NBC News, but
No,
I just
but
want to
how
know.
further?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a few more sources. One of the sources did state that there's a man. His name is Sean Kirkpatrick. He's the director of the AARO. The AARO is the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. And there's another man named Abraham. I don't know how to
Lincoln. No, I'm just kidding. No. Abraham
Loeb. And he is the chairman of Harvard University's astronomy department. So these two men, Kirkpatrick and Loeb, they co-wrote a research report. This research report is titled Physical Constraints of Unidentified Aerial Phenomenons. And I actually did print a copy of it, and I did get, part of that was my source, so I do have the copy. It's like, I don't know, 6 pages or something, or I don't know how many pages. And I can post it if anybody wants to read like in more detail, but I just kind of got the points from it because they are the ones that came out about the mothership.
Oh.
After they did their research. So again, it is the chairman of the Harvard University Astronomy Department.
So they're the ones that were like, oh, this is a mothership. It's not just a normal UFO. This could be the big deal.
Yeah, and then the AARO. So anytime I say AARO, that is just going to refer to the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
I keep waiting for you to say AARP.
AARO, don't confuse me. So, like I stated, Sean Kirkpatrick is the director of the AARO. The AARO was founded in July 2022. Pretty recent. It was established to investigate unidentified objects of interest around military installations. So before July 2022, the AARO team at the Pentagon created this to replace a task force within the Office of the Naval Intelligence who looked into UFOs. So they already had a task force, the Naval Department, and they, for whatever reason, they stopped that and they switched over to the AARO, which is now the main focal point moving forward, established by Congress to investigate the hundreds and thousands of UFO sightings all across the United States that have been reported. So they're like, Congress and the government is like taking it like, okay, we've gotten so many, now it's kind of like, not saying what they had in place before wasn't good, like through the Naval Intelligence Office, but this is supposed to be like bigger and better and more funding, more research. It's supposed to be more scientific. It's supposed to be more serious.
Yeah.
So it just started in July 2022. So that's just a little bit like, who are these people? Why is this important? Like, why? Anybody could say, oh, I see a mothership in the sky.
Yeah.
Like, no,
but it's a credible source.
They're pretty credible
people.
And they're like respected in like their scientific communities or fields. So, a little bit more is Sean Kirkpatrick. He previously served as the chief scientist at the Defense Intelligence Agency for Missile and Space Intelligence Center. So he did work with space already. You know, talking about extraterrestrial, like he knows space.
He has a background in it.
And then missiles because he works with defense.
Oh,
so
wow.
everything is to protect the United States from any kind of threat, whether it's another country or outer space.
Well, they have the Space Force now.
Yeah, so
is he part of that then? Or not yet? Or will he?
I didn't see anything about the Space Force specifically, just the Space Intelligence Center, which could be part of Space Force.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, I didn't look to see if they are part of Space Force. The Space Force. I don't know. So then a little bit
I
about...
thought that was like a joke when they said that they were going to do that, and then they really rolled out the Space Force.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It does, but I totally thought that they were just like, it was like a joke.
Well, the Space Force could also protect us from, like, what if a meteor was, they said, like, a meteor killed all the dinosaurs. Like, what if something was coming towards us, like, that was going to wipe us out? Yeah. Like the movie Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up, yeah.
Like, you would have to have something to be able to counter that.
Yeah, I guess
that would be your
the
Space
Force, not the Air Force. It would have to be the Space Force.
Yeah, they'd have to have some kind of missile or something to, like, shoot it out of the sky.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, we're getting to that, like,
that
point.
Technology, yeah.
So then, Abraham Loeb, he got his scientific notoriety. I mean, I'm sure he could have been, known for other things prior to this, but what I saw was October 2017. It, like, specifically said October 2017, when he found evidence in our our solar system had been visited by extrasolar visitors in October 2017. So he was like, because remember, he's an astronomer for Harvard. So he's constantly looking at the sky, doing probably different kinds of scientific studies. Like, I don't even know what. Like, he's just like, he's all about it, right?
Yeah.
So there was a telescope based in Hawaii. The telescope is called it's called the Pan Stars. Okay, in Hawaii. This is a very, like, highly sophisticated telescope. I don't know how far it can see, but it can, like, it's one of the best telescopes in the world. It detected an object moving at a speed which many scientists suggest that it had to have originated outside of our solar system because just of the speed.
Yeah, it was going too fast.
And the orbit of the object suggested that it was not moving solely based on the sun's gravitational pull, which would have influenced the movement. Because just like our planet, there's like...
and just like the moon, it goes around our planet, and then our planet goes around the sun, and it's the whole, like...
Well, there's like...
asteroid belt, Milky Way thing. Yeah,
so like the sun has its own gravitational pull. So things can get pulled into it and pushed away from it.
Yeah.
From the
but
gravitational pull. But
it should be with the same flow as everything else is going.
But the movement that was being influenced, it was suggested it was moving by a matter of other forces unknown. So like the way that it was moving, it had to have its own like motor or some kind of propelling or something. Like it was moving on its own. It wasn't just floating around in space. It was like shooting across space at like speeds that were
and then shooting, darting and not the right ways.
Yeah.
Not natural ways.
Well, even like natural is like there's nothing that we don't even have the technology to be able to do what it was doing. Like it couldn't even been one of ours. So this unknown object from another galaxy, they said it was probably from another galaxy. It was named by scientists. It was named, I'm going to need your help for this because it's a Hawaiian name and I don't know how to pronounce it like in Hawaiian accent. But
oh, okay, sure. Oumuamua. Oumuamua. M-U-A. Okay.
And so it's O.
Why do you think that I know how to say that?
I need your help. You've been to Hawaii.
Aloha.
I have never been to Hawaii. So I'll spell the word for you, okay? It's O-U-M-U-A-M-U-A. Oumuamua.
Oumuamua.
Oumuamua. Oumuamua. And
Oi, mama.
So this was a cigar-shaped craft.
Wow.
That the Hawaiian...
Which is like a Tic Tac, but longer.
Yeah. So the Hawaiian scientists, I'm just going to say Hawaiian scientists because it was in Hawaii, they named it that. And that name in Hawaiian, like language or whatever the term, it means scout. So this means scout. So from now on, we're just going to call it the Scout.
Perfect.
Okay. So the Scout was seen in 2017. In the report that they co-wrote, Sean and Abraham, it was quoted. Actually, this is dated March 17th or March 7th. So this is
of the year.
This year.
Oh.
This is all very, very current.
Except for the 2017.
No, because this is just the backstory of who they are.
Oh, gotcha,
and that's how
gotcha.
Abraham got his notoriety.
Oh, gotcha.
Because in 2017, in October, he was one of the people.
Onomatopoeia messed me up. I lost my train of thought.
You're so fun. I love onomatopoeia. No, don't take my outline.
I'm not taking anything. I'm just setting it to the side. You threw it on my lap. I'm like, I don't want it.
Okay, so I just had to get a drink real quick. So no, in the report that they co-wrote, this was co-written on March 7th. Here is a quote from the writings. Okay, this is quoted. With proper design, these tiny probes would reach the Earth or other solar system planets for exploration. As the parent craft passes by within a fraction of the Earth-Sun separation, just like Scout did, astronomers would not be able to notice the spray of minor probes because they don't reflect enough sunlight for our existing survey telescopes to notice them. They wrote this in their research paper just after the U.S. was witnessing multiple UFOs across the United States and when the Chinese spy balloon drifted across the U.S. airspace. On February 2023, 12 U.S. senators sent letters to the Deputy Director of the National Intelligence, whose name is Stacey Dixon, requesting funding for AARO. The Biden administration only gave funding for the fiscal 2023 year to cover basic operating expenses, which scientists are stating is not enough money to do the research needed for more information on the mothership and potential probes from other galaxies. The AARO wants more money and opportunity to resolve threats and hazards to the U.S. They are stating they need cooperation with the DoD, the Department of Defense, and the intelligence community. So some other additional notes is just what they believe these probes are actually doing from their studies or speculation. The probes, they believe, could be using starlight to charge their batteries. So a lot of times, if you go to other ufologists YouTube channels or writings and stuff, you'll see the sun, and it'll have something that looks like a craft really close to the sun, getting some kind of plasma or something. And they've always been well, what are they, that's not us, and why isn't it melting? How is it that close to the sun? And they have all these questions. Well, they're saying what they're doing is they're charging their batteries.
Just so they could be going to any star because the sun is just a medium-sized star.
Any star, yeah. And then they also think that they use the Earth's water for fuel, and that's why we see USOs, because they're going to fill up their crafts with water, and somehow
that's shitty. We need our water.
Another analogy that they used was a dandelion. So you know how you pick a dandelion and then you blow it and all the little seeds go?
Yeah.
Well, the dandelion stem growing from the earth or whatever is the mothership, growing. And then when you blow it out, all those little dandelions, so they're saying that the mothership is the main hub, and then the dandelion, when you blow it, that's the probes. But when they send their probes out, it's quoted saying they could propagate the blueprint as with biological seeds. So almost they're sprinkling their DNA around with those little probes.
What?
Or not their DNA, maybe their plants, their animals, their, I don't know, whatever they're trying to sprinkle around.
Didn't we say
universe.
Before in a previous episode, weren't you talking about how we could be part alien or something?
Well,
wasn't that something? I forget now, but
I don't know if we said that like humans could be, but I do remember talking about like octopi and like that they are supposedly not from this planet, that there was eggs are found on a meteor that were like fossils.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I have to look into it, but there's like, or maybe I didn't say it on here, but I remember reading a report.
You didn't tell me that at all, because nope.
Yeah, that they're not from
that
this
would make
planet.
sense because they're so just like weird. They're like little aliens. That's what like.
We should do a whole. I want to do a whole thing just on octopi.
Well, you should write it down.
Yeah. No, I'll remember because I've thought about it before.
Oh my god.
So then we get into that's March. Okay. So we went February, March. Now we're into May. May 1st. May 1st, 2023. Aliens invade Las Vegas and crash in a community.
That's so crazy.
So my source for this is on TikTok. It's streets.of.heaven.r.gold, which is a young man who eyewitnessed aliens in his backyard with his family. But that TikTok a complete channel has now been removed.
What?
Yeah, it's not there anymore when you look it up. And
why?
I don't know, but somebody screen recorded his entire message where he came out and he gave more details that was not in the news reports.
Yeah.
So I'm not even using the news reports. I'm using his TikTok because it's his face. He's talking directly to the camera.
And
it's his account.
Yeah, it's his thing.
He's the one that called 911. So this is his account. You can try to go to the TikTok, but I couldn't find it. I don't know why it was removed. He did say that he had more additional information that he wanted to put out, and he wanted to do a part 2. And I initially went back to look at it because what I found was just a screen recording. And I watched it in its entirety. It was like over like 7 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe. But there was, when I went to find the part 2 to see if he posted anything yet for part 2, because this is also fresh also, that I was like, oh, maybe he didn't post anything yet, but the page is completely gone. His TikTok is gone.
Wow.
So I don't know why it's gone, but
because they don't want you to like really know. They want to be in control of what we do now.
Yeah.
Just like that one I had just seen a news article or news story on probably Las Vegas, I guess, CBS 8 News or something, or CBS News or something. And I would imagine it's based out of Las Vegas. But they showed a video of the police there and interviewing the police and all that. And they showed the body cam, right? It was the body cam that we were looking at when all of a sudden they went into the backyard and then it all went black.
Yeah, they blurred it out.
They blurred it all out because it was private residence or whatever. And it's like, no bullshit. I've seen private residence on news before.
Unless the family asked them to blur it out. That's a possibility.
But why? What? Like, it's why?
I don't know. Why is his TikTok removed?
Yeah, like, why?
Are they trying to be silent? Are they being
Are
silenced?
they being silenced?
Yeah.
What was in the backyard that they don't want anybody to see?
Well, I'm going to tell you what he said he saw. So a lot of this has gone viral. So a lot of people may have already heard these details, but I'm just going to get into what he.
Well, I haven't. I've purposely, because I knew you were doing this, so I purposely tried to kind of stay away from it. I looked at that one video and that one news story, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. So basically what he states is the time was approximately midnight. He was in his backyard working on his truck with his brother. He hears a loud bang and a noise, which he believes something fell from the sky. He sees a big light in the sky and hears a loud impact and a bang. Him and his brother look at each other in fear, and they both felt like a shock wave. Almost like when there's an earthquake and you feel like the shock wave of like, that's kind of what they felt. Immediately after they saw the light and they heard the bang, they felt a shock wave. He stated that he started having an outer body experience, and his vision went completely blurry. He said that he heard thousands of footsteps all around him. In a matter of seconds, the blurriness was gone. He showed a video of the police officer's body cam, which does show an unidentified man speaking with the sound blocked, so you can't hear what the man is saying. In the distance of the officer's body cam, you see a falling greenish bright light. Then he goes on to show a ring camera footage of the bang, and you can hear around the neighborhood when the light fell to the ground and made an impact. The sound sounds very, very loud, like screeching in a crash, but not like a car crash. It sounds what I would describe, these are my words, like a dinosaur like screeching or like rah, like I can't even make the noise, and then like a crash and a loud bang, like something like a collision.
Wow.
Then he goes on to say that after he came to from his outer body experience, he heard all the footsteps around him, his vision came back, and that's when he saw something in his backyard. He goes on to describe what he saw as a tall creature about 8 to 10 feet tall, very thin. At that point, he called out to his dad. His dad goes to the backyard and sees the same creature. The father yells to everyone that was outside, and everyone trying to come outside from in the house to go inside the house and stay in the house. He stated that the family was, quoting, freaking out. Then he showed a video of the family in the backyard walking around. The family is shown saying, Then he shows the family in the backyard walking around with their camera phones, like recording. Each is like recording each other just indirectly, like as they're walking around. You can hear him saying, you can't see it very good, but it's there. So in that video, supposedly the creature's in the video. I rewound it, like I backed over it, like I don't even know, 20 times. I couldn't see anything, but it was, I guess, there's like a fence, and then there's like an opening, like a gate, and it's on the other side of the gate, like where it's dark, and there's like a dad, like I believe what looked like the dad, and then maybe the brother, and then him. So there's like two people, and then there's like a fence, and then it's like there, but I couldn't see it. I also didn't try to like digitally enhance it to try to like change the contrast to see if I can see it or anything. So
we should.
Hopefully, I don't know, we can try to do that. Maybe we'll be able to see it, but I didn't see it. Not to say there was nothing there. I tried. I really wanted to see it. I just couldn't see it. I really wanted to.
About the gate and stuff, all I pictured was like signs. Remember the movie Signs, and the alien like walks by?
Yeah. It was like a wooden gate. It looked wooden.
You could tell that, but you couldn't tell.
Well, yeah, it was just like a wooden gate.
It was nighttime, right?
Yeah, but there's lights in the backyard or whatever. It's their backyard.
I want to see the video.
Yeah. So that was just my like little 2 cents. Like I tried to look at it, I couldn't see it. So where was I? So yeah. So I couldn't see anything. So then going back to his account, the brothers go back to pick up the tools. So for whatever reason, they just, they start picking up their tools. As they're outside, his brother starts shaking, and he says, look behind the forklift. So he did, and that's when he saw the creature or alien, because he called it creature and alien. He said it was tall. It was,
oh, I'm so sorry.
Pause. It was tall. It had huge, shiny eyes. He said it was very lengthy. It looked like a creature. It was grayish, greenish in color. And when he looked at it in its eyes, his body completely froze, almost like it put him in a sleep paralysis. He said that the creature had really weird feet, a big face, big eyes, and a big mouth.
Weird.
Yeah.
The mouth part.
Yeah. he could hear loud breathing from the creature, and he could see the stomach moving up and down.
So was the creature naked?
He didn't say if the creature had clothes on or not. He said the creature was staring back at him, and a few seconds later, he was able to move again. He then said that he ran into his house and he called 911. So that's when he on the video, because this is a TikTok video, he like plays the 911 call. The 911 call basically states what he's already stating, that he told the 911 dispatcher that he saw 2 8-feet tall creatures in the backyard, stating they have shiny eyes and they could be up to 10 feet tall. He wasn't sure because they were like crouched down. He said they were 100% not human and this is not a prank. The dispatcher sounded very calm and was just asking questions about what he saw. They waited in the living room area of the house at that point, and they could hear loud footsteps and whispering in the backyard and also on their roof. So the police finally arrived. This is about an hour after the bright light was seen falling from the sky.
An hour?
Yeah.
It took that long?
It took about an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the police arrived and he explained everything to the police and stated to the police that they were all freaked out, and the police officer was also kind of alarmed. The police officer cam is reportedly about an hour after the bright light has seen.
On the news report, it may sound like that was like a few moments later because the police officer saw the bright light and was worried, was like concerned himself. And it makes it sound like it was like boom, boom, not an hour
No, it was
later.
an hour later.
That's insane. Of course it's gone by then.
Well, they probably thought it was a prank. So,
but he saw it. The policeman saw it and was concerned. Yeah. Remember?
Well, it was the police officers, one of the partners of the police officer that was dispatched. Not the dispatching officer.
Was him.
No.
Okay.
So the police cam shows the officer talking to the family and walking around the property to investigate. On camera, the officer says that one of his partners saw something fall from the sky, and that's why he was kind of curious about, what happened. He then continued to get information from the family about what they encountered. The officer walked into the backyard and he noticed a perfect circle on the ground. So that wasn't previously there.
Wow.
There was like some kind of very large perfect circle.
Like where it landed?
I don't know if it was where something landed. It wasn't like large enough for like a craft that would have been able to fit 8 to 10
and then
feet
also,
people
so
or
it like
creatures.
It like crash landed or just landed?
I don't know. It was just like a light and then a large bang and a shockwave, and then there was like 2 creatures in his backyard.
It almost seems like they crash landed by accident and they were in there trying to like fix their spaceship really quick to like get the fuck out of there.
Well, maybe there wasn't even a spaceship. What if they went through a portal and it was just the entities that like came through?
Oh shit.
It doesn't have to be a spacecraft.
That could be the circle.
That could be where they landed, literally. Like that could be just came through some kind of portal.
Okay, I know that I've said this before, but it makes it even more so. What if aliens are just us in the future, like a million trillion years later after evolution, and that instead of like them flying through, like
Yeah. No,
and what if now that's one of the like time travel portal things, and in let's say 5 million years, that backyard will be like some sort of space center or time travel center location.
Well, there's supposedly like portals all over the world that have been used for like forever.
It's so
That's
weird.
a whole nother story we can do, but I've heard about that too. So I was thinking, because through all of this, I'll just like, I'm still gonna read his account, but there was never any craft found or anything. Like so
then it's almost like they boom, because they arrived and then they left again.
I think it was just the creatures that arrived. I don't think there was a craft.
Yeah, and then they went back through their portal back home again, maybe, or disappeared somewhere.
Or it had some kind of cloaking thing on it.
Yeah. What if they're still here?
Could have been cloaked.
Oh my god.
And you're
I
going to
freaked myself out.
Vegas.
What if they're still here? Oh my god, I'm freaking myself out.
Have fun in Vegas.
Shut up. No. Oh my god. I'm like getting like out of body experience right now. I'm like freaking out. Like my bones are trying to like leave my skin.
Are you feeling the shockwave?
I feel, yeah. From like 400 miles away. I don't know how far away Vegas is, but oh my god. I'm like,
right?
I feel like one of those cartoons where like the bones leave the body and the skin or whatever. You know
Ren
what I
and
mean? That the
Stimpy?
skin, like they, what?
Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
Where they like unzip their skin?
Right. I was more thinking Bugs Bunny, but whatever. Where they like run too fast and their skin is left and their bones are opposite or what, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to give us an update when you come back if you see anything.
Oh my gosh, I will go live like I said. So keep an eye out on our Conspiracies Unlocked Facebook page because, yeah, I'm gonna go live maybe. I've never gone live.
You should. So yeah, so then they saw the perfect circle on the ground, and then he did like show a picture of it, and I have like a screenshot of it so I can post a picture of what it looks like. So then the one officer stayed at the home to investigate while the second officer canvassed the neighborhood, asking passerbyers and cars and just different people around the neighborhood if they have seen anything fall out of the sky. Then after some time, both of the officers are at the home again. One says, if one of those 9 feet beings come back, don't call us, okay? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that. And then the officer laughs.
Like, fuck that.
Like, no, thank you. You can hear others laughing nervously, like the family. He was interrupted. He interpreted that as just shoot them. Like, don't call us.
He did?
Well, the kid, or
Yeah.
the young man. I don't know how old he is, but
Yeah.
the young man, like, interpreted it as just, like, shoot them. Like, shoot the aliens. Like, don't call the police. Just fucking kill them.
Why would he interpret it like that?
Because he just was, like, thinking
He's
the
been
police...
watching too many video games.
Because he's thinking the police do not want to have to deal with alien creatures.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was more of like a joke, like, don't call us next time, like, but...
It was a joke, but he took it as, like, it was, like, a joke, but seriously, like, don't call us, like, shoot them. That's what he says in his TikTok video.
Shut up.
Yes,
Oh
that's
my
what
God.
he says. So the police...
That's so dramatic.
Well, if you saw an alien on your property, would you want to shoot it?
No! I'd call the police.
And if the police took an hour to get there and it started climbing on your
know.
roof?
Well, then that would be okay. Then that's different. Then, you would take... No, I'd be
that's
hiding,
what happened to him.
I'd be hiding under the bed or something.
With a gun in your hand.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't take what the police said as, oh, this means to shoot him. I just wouldn't take it like that. I would just be like, okay, guys, bye.
I don't know.
I don't know, though. Yeah, you're right.
Out.
Because, like, you'd still be like, what the fuck did I just see? I don't know. I don't know.
You got little kids here. I would be like...
I wouldn't be there. I would leave. like, what do you mean if anything ever goes wrong at my house or anything weird happens? I'm like, gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to, like, a hotel. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And not a crappy hotel. I'm going to go to the hotel that's, like, the Hilton or something where it's, like, a hotel inside where I'm, like, inside a lock and deadbolted place where there's a bunch of other humans and so the aliens can go take them and not me. Have more of a chance. Numbers game. It's a numbers game, right?
I guess,
Statistically, if there's, like, 1,000 people in the hotel, the chance of them attacking me is, like, 1 to 1,000.
Yeah, you'll probably be safe.
Exactly. And you don't want the top floor nor the bottom. You want to be right in the middle. Because if they start from the top, you want to be able to get out. And if they start from the bottom, you want to be able to get out at the top. You don't want to be one of the first people.
Oh my God.
It's a numbers game.
So then the police then left and the family went back inside the house. The family said they reportedly started praying. As they prayed, they heard a loud human-like scream in the backyard as they were praying. So, that was very alarming because obviously they thought had gone at that point.
Who was in the backyard screaming? It was
the alien creatures that
really?
It
sounded like a human?
They believed, yeah.
I hope that it didn't take somebody into their big mouth.
Well, all the family was inside the house.
Well, I mean, like a neighbor.
Possibly. Who knows?
A looky-loo?
So, funny enough, we were just looking at Instagram and TikTok not long ago. And there's a source. The source is NightGod333. And if you go to NightGod333's Instagram and TikTok, there is a video of this creature in the backyard. It's reportedly the creature that was seen in the backyard of the family. Of course, I don't know if it is the actual creature or not, but the way that the creature is depicted in the video matches with the description of the family that witnessed this creature. So again, that's NightGod333. And yeah, you can look on the TikTok yourself and see it. So you can discern what you believe if it is really.
It's a very interesting video, and I suggest that somebody, like, that you guys go see it. But yeah, it's very. It's actually the creature moving. It's like the real video of the body cam. It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's basically just the way that he describes it, with the big eyes and the big giant head. Remember,
oh my gosh! Because the fence, it has to be like a 6-foot fence, and if this thing was like
crouched down,
it was crouched down. But had it been like full length, it would have been easily like 10 feet tall. Like the head was like a whole foot. It seemed like. Yeah. Like, at least. Like, it was a huge head. It was, like, 2 of our heads tall.
Yeah, and it had, like, 3 very, very long fingers. It had almost, like...
2 spines.
2 spines on the outside of it.
Like, almost like a ridge. Like, you know how dinosaurs have the ridges? Like a ridgeback something.
Yeah. Like, almost like... What is that one dinosaur called that has the ones that go in the middle?
The Stegosaurus?
Yeah, but it's like that, but on the sides, but not pointy. It's just, like, a line.
It's just the spine, like... Yeah, is there a dinosaur like that?
I don't know.
Or you're just describing the alien.
I'm just trying to describe what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then it has like a very like, I don't know if I want to say like muscular, but like upper body is like very like beefy, but the arms are very skinny.
It's very skinny.
And the legs are very skinny. And it almost looks like it would walk on all fours, which
like
Night God
almost
also
like not
said.
even all fours, like kind of like how monkeys walk. Like, you know, like
kind of crouch.
They crouch and they kind of, like, use all fours, but they don't walk like a dog on all fours. They're kind of, like,
like they're... Yeah, and then it had in
using their arms and their feet, but they're not... They're kind of, like, I don't know. Like, when you see monkeys in the zoo...
Like, their butt is kind of up a little bit.
But not really, and they're just kind of crouched around, and they just kind of use whatever limb is available to use at that time. I don't know how to explain it.
And then this creature in this video also had, like, somewhat of a little bit of a tail.
And then there was, like, dark spots, which the guy said that was, like, hair, but I'm like, it could just be, like, shadowy spots or...
Yeah.
Like shadows, because the hair, it would have been on the shoulder, in between the 2 spines, like ridges. And it could have just been shadows or something.
But it wasn't like fluffy hair like a bear or something.
It wasn't like fur, yeah. It wasn't like a dog or a poodle or like long hair like we have long hair. It was just like patches, like almost like the men with the hairy chests.
Yeah.
Like that, but like patches here and there. So that's why I think that it could have been like shadows. I don't know. It was like black and white or like that green color. It wasn't in color.
It was a very dark video. It looked like it was
dark, but it was like clear.
Yeah, but it was like dark, like color. The shadowy.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking it could be. You guys gotta go check it out though.
It's a pretty cool, lengthy video actually.
Yeah, it's not just like a 1-second video. It's pretty intense, I think.
It's very interesting, and it's worth looking into to
For sure.
get like more perspective of whether it's CGI or if it's real. I don't know, but that is what is going around the latest within like it had to have been posted within the last like day or two, or today or yesterday or something.
Yeah.
Because this is all just like kind of breaking news. We're getting it as it's coming out.
Yeah.
So, again, all of the alien invasion in Las Vegas, that all happened on May 1st. But then we go into June 12th. So we're fast forwarding to this week. And there's a whistleblower.
Yeah, that was Monday, was June 12th.
Yeah, this week. We have a whistleblower from the Air Force. He's an Air Force veteran. His name is David Charles. And his last name, because I'm horrible with pronunciation, it's Grusch. Grusch. So David Charles Grusch is a former government contractor. Recently, he shared his claims that he personally witnessed alien technology while working on a classified project. These classified projects did involve reverse engineering of alien spacecraft. The spacecraft he encountered was very advanced compared to what we have currently developed. He stated these spacecrafts were made out of an unknown material, which is not of this planet, Earth. He says that the crafts had no visible means of propulsion. However, they somehow exceeded the speed of sound. These claims are definitely reminding me of our first phenomenal fan encounter written by Brian in San Diego when he saw similar spacecraft near Area 51 with his experience. So you might want to give that a listen that we posted on Friday. This source that I have for the whistleblower, it's been all over. It's been all over different media outlets. The one that I got information from is from the mirror.co.uk, but he's done multiple interviews. He recently did a 40-minute interview, actually, and I do have
40 minutes, like
40
minutes, but it's 40 minutes.
Yeah, he did a 40-minute interview recently, just this week.
Oh wow!
And I do have some of the quotes from that. If
it's not material from this planet, then what kind of material is it? If they're trying to reverse engineer it, is it what kind of material? What would be the components? How did they reverse engineer it if they don't know the material? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. I can't. He's a whistleblower, and he can't even answer that. I do not know. The Air Force veteran David claims the U.S. government is using alien technology to reverse engineer weapons. So not just crafts, but also their weapons. He claims the U.S. is covering up the fact that they have many UFOs and even some of the alien pilots. He believes the government has been lying to us for decades about the truth about aliens and UFOs. An investigation has now been launched due to David's eyewitness accounts.
And so he just came out Monday.
He came out before Monday, but he did another interview recently, I believe on the 12th.
I'm just wondering
with more information.
When he's going to quote unquote kill himself.
Oh,
quote unquote.
I don't know. Hopefully he's not going to, because he's protected under the Whistleblower Act.
So
good. If he becomes, suicidal, then
just like the restraining orders are great. The little piece of paper that you can throw at the man that's trying to kill you with a gun. Perfect, huh? I don't think the Whistleblower Act works against certain government entities.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. Just keep his name in your mind. And
what's his name? David what?
David Charles.
Is that the Grusch?
David Charles Grusch.
Yeah. Okay.
So, where was I? Sorry. I'm so sorry. An investigation has now been launched due to David's eyewitness accounts. A little bit about David, as stated, he was in the Air Force, he's a veteran, and he's a former member of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. So, National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. An investigation is being conducted by the main investigative committee of the U.S. House of Representatives. This committee is known as the House Oversight Committee. Although the Pentagon has denied knowing about any programs which extraterrestrial craft or aliens have ever been studied or found, etc., the Pentagon is taking the whistleblower claims very seriously, which I think is kind of funny considering the first thing that we talked about was the Pentagon, and they had stated in March 2023 that a mothership was coming close to the Earth. But now that this whistleblower came out in June, just a few months later, now they're saying, oh no, wait, what? We don't know anything about any aliens or anything. So, What is it, Pentagon?
Dude, they can't keep their shit straight. They're just trying to, whatever. Right? They just can't keep their shit straight at all.
Exactly.
At all. I'm all like, whatever. I just can't even with them.
I know.
I cannot even with the Pentagon, the CIA, the government, everybody. I just can't.
Like, now they're, taking that back? Who knows? So,
on their statement has to change now.
Exactly. So, more claims have came out this past Sunday. So what is today? Today is the 14th. So the Sunday prior to today
that was 11th.
The 11th. So on the 11th, David did a 40-minute interview with News Nation, and he added to more claims. And these are the points with the claims. Because his general claim was just that he just came out as a whistleblower, just basically stating very minimal facts. That he knows the government is reverse engineering weapons, crafts, that they have alien pilots, and that this has all been a big cover-up and all a facade, they're lying to the public. That's basically what he said. But then when he did this 40-minute interview, that's when he kind of spilled more tea. These are the points that he stated. One, he says that UFOs could be from another dimension. And this is all based on the scientific studies of the government that they've been hiding. It's not just his personal claims. This is where he's getting the information. They believe UFOs could be from another dimension. He went on to say that we don't have enough data to know exactly where they come from, but we do know that, there are extra dimensions due to high energy particle collisions, and there is a theoretical framework to explain that. So scientists have already basically said that there are multiple dimensions, and that they believe that these entities, these aliens, these creatures, UFOs, could be coming for them.
Holy moly. Really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. At work, I have a new employee that just started 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It was May 1st when he started.
Okay.
So 6 weeks ago, whatever.
Yeah.
He knows that we do this podcast, and he kept saying, oh, I have a theory about aliens. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me. Or I'd be like, I gotta go because I'm only at work for a short time.
Yeah.
So I'm always running to get kids and stuff. And this morning, he finally said, do you think, or he's like, okay, I want to tell you about one of my theories. Do you think what do you think about aliens being in, here, but in a different dimension? But they're here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, for sure. Why not? And now you're saying that. How they could be, just interdimensional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy, right? Because, I'd never even, thought about it like that so much. And then to hear it twice right now.
I know, and it even goes on further where David claims that he went on to say that it could not be extraterrestrial and actually coming from a higher dimensional physical space that might be co-located right here. So like meaning in our galaxy, in our solar system, in our dimension, it's a co-located here. Like it's not far away, it's like within where we are. We just can't get to it because it's a higher plane.
Like we can't see it.
It's like a higher plane. It's a higher dimension.
Yeah.
Higher dimensional physical space.
What my employee said was that he was like, you know how we can only see like this much of the color spectrum? Mm-hmm. And he was like, what if they're on a different like color spectrum type thing? Like that's how he explained it.
Yeah.
And this was like a minute and a half conversation, like if that, like it was very quickly, but yeah, it's just like interesting because that's what I always feel about like ghosts and stuff like that. Like there is like other dimensions for that, like ghosts or you know stuff like that. But I wonder if that is like with aliens too, and maybe. And like, because some people can see like auras and stuff like that, and like people who can see ghosts and see all that stuff, they're looking into a different dimension. And I wonder if there's like a hole in the dimension somewhere, and the aliens slipped through, and they are here. They're not outer space.
And would that be a portal, like a portal from a different dimension? Maybe.
That's so crazy.
I don't know.
I feel like are we like, is this real life or is this sci-fi?
I don't know. This is supposedly science because this is all coming from our
but it's
government.
Not science fiction, so it's real, science real instead of sci-fi.
Just science.
Science, bitch. It's science.
He then went on to say, get this. He went on to say he has not personally seen non-human technology, but he was told by intelligence officials that he worked on with the UFO task force. But previously he had said that he was an eyewitness.
And now he's changing his story as well.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, he's going to end up dead.
Give
it a month. Give it 2 weeks. I bet by August he'll be dead.
He then went on to say that the Vatican is in on the UFO cover-ups. And in 1933 in Italy, a UFO was being kept in storage until the end of World War II. The Pope at that time had kept it hidden, but in 1944 or 1945, the USA government obtained it. That we obtained the craft from the Vatican.
Everything went funky, and I wonder if
that was 44, 45, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, that's when, like Roswell and all the shit, and I wonder if it's because, I wonder if there was a shit ton, we should look this up, if there was a shit ton of sightings pre-World War I or II, whichever.
World War II,
World War II.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a bunch of sightings pre-World War II in Italy or in Europe or over there. Mm-hmm. And then now, because they're trying to go after the ship, but now that it's over here, that's why we're suddenly getting sightings as of 44 when this happened. That's why we have Roswell, Area 51, all this shit.
Like they want their fucking shit
they
back?
They want their shit back. They're coming back for their shit.
We'll get
their
this.
Ship, their person, their alien, their friend, their compadre, whatever.
Get this. He says that he knows of massive crafts, that we have multiple massive crafts. He describes them as extremely large, like a football field in size.
That's fucking huge. That's the mothership.
No, that's just multiple. Like, that wouldn't even be the mothership. That would be, like, probes. Like, that's just, there's multiple. Like, we have many.
My mind is doing that thing again whenever
football
I think
size.
about, like outer space, and I can't fathom.
Well, think how big space is, like, forever.
Yeah. My head is doing that thing.
Think how big a planet is.
I can't do it. My head doesn't compute that large.
Yeah. Have you seen, like, the images?
Like, all I can think of is Xenon girl of the 21st century, and how she lives on, like, a spaceship out in the world.
Oh,
like,
Xenon, yeah, we love that.
On the Disney movie,
I know,
the old Disney movie, Disney Channel movie. I'm like, I'm glitching out now. I'm like, no, my brain can't do it.
Yeah,
whenever my brain gets like that, it's like, it just can't. It just glitches out. It's too big. It's too much. My brain.
Yeah, but a football field would be nothing in space.
Yeah, but on Earth, that they're keeping several here on Earth underground somewhere.
Well, yeah, there's underground bunkers and tunnels and all kinds of things.
Not a football field. Like what? Does it just open up and it just flies down?
The underground is much larger than a football field. You can
Yeah, but how do they get it in there without like raising any red flags?
Because it's out in the middle of nowhere where nobody's ever gonna find it. Who knows? They have their ways.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true.
So it even goes as far...
Football fields aren't that big when you really think about it.
That's what I'm saying. In space, that would be nothing. But I mean, it is big when you think about, like, how big is our airplane compared to a football field? And how many people can you fit on our airplanes?
Yeah.
And then how big is, like... It just shows, like...
You could do, like, probably 3 or 4 airplanes lined up. And that was only, like, 1,000 people. So, just sitting there.
Just think about how many they can fit,
Yeah, no, that's true.
So then he even has, this whistleblower even has claims that the government not only...
Like the Death Star is huge. It's way bigger than a football field on Star Wars.
Oh, I don't follow Star Wars. Believe it or not.
Sorry, I'm still like, yeah, no, the Death Star is just as if it's real.
Yeah, as much as, like, I love sci-fi, I don't really like Star Wars. No offense to anybody that loves Star Wars. It's just not my...
It really wasn't mine either, but I watched all of them, and I know what they are, and now, like, Disney owns it, so now I'm, like, forced.
My kids never got into it either. Like, and we had all of the vintage... I went to a garage sale when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's now 14, and I got all of these vintage Star Wars toys, some still in the package. I had, I saved them for my son.
Where are they now?
Well, he had them for quite a while, and then he never played with them or anything. I literally had them in a box in the closet when he turned, like, I don't even know how old, like 13. I was like, I've been saving these for you, because I thought that one day he would, and he's like, he didn't even care about them, so I sold them on eBay. Like,
those would be worth so much now.
Well, not really.
Yeah, because Star Wars is so huge now since George Lucas for the past, 4 years. Star Wars
I sold them for maybe, like, $500 for the whole lot.
Yeah, that's your problem. You could probably sell it each by each, especially in a few years.
I wasn't going to look them up and see who was who for each little thing. You know how much time that would have taken me? I didn't care. I don't even know who they are. I was just like, okay, here you go. This is what I got. I even had, like, the walking things, like the big walking things.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, those...
Wait, that means that those were...
They were from the 70s.
Those were the 70s ones?
Yeah.
That was in A New Hope, which is 6, I think?
They're 70s
so
and the
that
80s.
Would be 'cause
yeah.
5, 6, 7, or 4, 5, 6 came out in the 70s. 1, 2, 3 came out in 2000 or 1997.
No, these were from the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, those big walkie thingies. Those were... What are they? I don't even know what they are.
I don't even know. And then it had, like, the Death Star, that, like, the big fighter thing that flew around. The circle one. I don't know. Whatever they flew in.
That Luke Skywalker flew in?
Yeah. I don't... That's how much I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it was.
The tan one?
They were all tan. They didn't have any color.
Well, because the Death Star is black. But it's like a circle. It
wasn't the Death Star. It wasn't a circle. It was like the fighter thing. It was like shaped like this.
Yeah. Like a spaceship.
Yeah. Some kind of spaceship.
With like a hole in the center for the shooting.
I thought he would like it, but he was like, he never got into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we're not Star Wars fans, sorry.
Some of them are really cute, like the love story, like A New Hope's my favorite. And then when Anakin is like little, like the number 1, because you find out that Anakin, Darth Vader, he's not the bad guy. Even though he's supposed to be the bad guy. And he's portrayed as a bad guy.
It was just so boring to me. The whole
in reality,
thing was boring.
It's because he was trained to never go against the Republic. The Republic went bad, so he had to go bad. And then all the Jedis went against the Republic when he was trained to never go against the Republic. So in reality, he's the good guy.
But you know what we do like is a Mandalorian. I got into that.
I didn't. I don't like Yoda that much.
It's not Yoda though. It's the child.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about that. I just like the love story. I like Harrison Ford and... Oh,
I love Harrison Ford, but give me Indiana any
But
day.
I like Han Solo and Princess Leia story. I like all that. And then Anakin Skywalker.
You know they're coming out with a new Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah!
I want to see
Me
it
too.
so bad.
Oh, no, we went to the movies to see, oh my gosh, what did we just see? Me and Brad went to go see, remember you had to stay with one of the kids because they were being an asshole. Remember Max threw the rock at Cody's face?
Oh my god, yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
What did we see?
You
What did we
went and
just see?
saw Spider-Man.
That's right.
Spider-Man
So
in the
we saw the
multiverse,
Spider-Man
the new
for
one.
Cody and Max's graduation. Max couldn't go. And everything, like every movie poster was like Indiana Jones Part 8, Fast and the Furious Part 25, and everything was like the sequel. Like there was nothing new. It was all just like Guardians Volume 4, like
Yeah.
3 or whatever.
But I do love Harrison Ford. He was one of my first crushes because of Indiana Jones.
Are you watching 1923?
No, I don't think so. What is 1923?
Okay, so Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they had 1883 with Tim McGraw. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And then the next one is 1923.
I haven't watched 1923
Because
yet.
Tim McGraw's brother is Harrison Ford.
Shut up.
Yes!
I have to watch that now.
So he comes and takes over because Tim McGraw dies. Faith Hill calls and says, "Get your ass over here, brother-in-law. We need help." And then she dies before they
well, thanks for telling me everything. Fuck you.
Well, that's not part of the thing. It's actually about Tim McGraw and Faith Hill's kids. The boy, they have 2 more boys or whatever afterwards. And it's about them trying to save the farm. And then it goes into whoever Michael Keaton, or not Michael Keaton, whoever...
Michael Keaton?
Not Michael Keaton. Who's the guy that plays on Yellowstone? The main guy on Yellowstone.
I don't know his name. I'm really bad at actors.
It's the guy, Kevin Costner. Is it Kevin Costner?
I don't think
it's Kevin Costner.
No. I'm really bad because I don't know any actors.
I am so sorry, guys. We went on a random tangent, but it was necessary because of the Star Wars thing.
People are going to be like, fuck these
And
bitches.
we're
They
all done
don't
now.
like Star Wars. How the hell are they doing a show about aliens?
His name is Kevin Costner. Okay, there we go.
That was a whole knee slap.
It was. I was like, Michael Keaton. No, wait. Kevin Costner.
It was Kevin Costner. Okay.
I was like,
All
Field
right.
of Dreams.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And The Bodyguard.
Yeah. Okay. And now he's in 1923.
No.
Oh.
That one's in Yellowstone.
Oh,
Harrison
he's
Ford
not
is,
in 1923?
No.
Oh, I thought he was in that
Ford
also.
is 1923.
No, I know, but I thought he was
Ford,
also.
No, Harrison Ford is Kevin Costner's like great grandfather, great uncle or something. It's like 2 generations later.
Oh, okay.
Is that they're like going through the generations on how Kevin Costner got his land, how the Yellowstone came about.
Okay. It's like the backstory.
Yeah, just like 1883 was. Like how they got to the land and then how they kept the land.
Okay.
And then, yeah. It's good, guys. You guys got to watch it.
I'll definitely check it out. So
Anyways,
guys,
back to the aliens.
no, we're
Tangent over.
we're talking about the whistleblower.
That's the one.
So, this is the most recent information as of just this past Sunday. So, another claim that he stated is that a private contractor is currently storing a UFO, at least one, maybe more, we don't know, which was given to them by a secret UFO retrieval program that the government has in place. And that's the reason being would be that these contractors, these private contractors, would also try to do reverse engineering and things, that the government is not funding, so there's private sectors that are trying to do this also. The UFOs, another claim he made is UFOs have actually become aggressive at times. And especially with reports of...
they're pretty much prisoners of war. They're POWs. They're going to be aggressive because they're going to want to go home. They're like, fuck this shit.
No, not like that they're POWs. The UFOs have become aggressive in our airspace at times, especially with reports of these UFOs interfering with nuclear site probing. So they don't like that we have nuclear weapons, and that they try to like counter that.
It's just like when you were saying how the subterranean culture, the subterranean civilization, how they were like, you shouldn't have nuclear weapons and da-da-da-da. It's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, it all goes together.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. So then the last thing that he actually did state is that many people have been killed to protect the UFO secrets by the government. But he didn't say if aliens killed them or if the government killed them or like how they died. But he said that there's been, this is because it's been going on for decades, that so many people have died trying to protect this and also trying to leak this information. And he came forward now as a whistleblower. So I don't know what that means for him. I think he's just kind of ended on that note, like, hey, many people have died. Maybe he's insinuating if I die, it's not me. I don't know. He didn't say that, but.
Or, you know what? Maybe he's finally coming out because he has cancer or something, and he's like, fuck it. They're going to kill me anyways now. Let's let maybe it's like a deathbed confessional.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's like, yeah, like, because I give him until August.
So we've talked a lot about like motherships, alien invasions, whistleblowers, and then have you heard of the Black Knight?
No, that's the Death Star.
No, Black Knight. So going back to October 2017, when the cigar-shaped UFO, aka Scout, was reportedly found. Okay, that they're saying now, people are speculating that is the Black Knight. The Black Knight is a unidentified object that's in our orbit, and there's actually many photos of it that have been taken by NASA. One of the most famous photos of it was taken on the STS-88 mission, which showed the Black Knight satellite in 1998. However, conspiracy theorists have thought the object known as the Black Knight is an extraterrestrial spacecraft that NASA has actually been covering up. The conspiracy goes on to say this UFO has been orbiting the Earth for 13,000 years. Here are a few stories related to the Black Knight. 1. In 1899, radio experiments of Nikola Tesla heard repeating signals. Then, in 1928, a long-delayed echo by an amateur radio operator in Norway. 1954, UFO researcher claimed the U.S. Air Force found 2 unknown satellites orbiting the Earth. However, at that time, no country had the technology to launch such a satellite. In 1958 and 1965, a British rocket, which was called Black Knight rocket, was used. In 1960, The Times reported the U.S. Navy detected a dark object thought to be a Soviet spy satellite. In 1963, astronaut Gordon Cooper reported an UFO during his 15th orbit in the Mercury 9, which the UFO was confirmed by tracking stations. Now, all data that NASA had at the time has now been removed, and it's you're unable to go back and look at the data.
Why? No, not why, but like, why can't we find it?
Because
we can find it.
The data was removed regarding all the sightings. In 1973, a man in Scotland analyzed the long-delayed radio echo from 1928 He said they came from 13,000 years ago.
Not in the future?
No, that they came from 13,000 years ago. The alien probe was located in the solar system of the star named Ellipson Boötis. He later took back his claims and stated that he didn't have enough data to say that.
Oh, wow. Because I wonder who was behind him taking back his claims.
In 1998...
He didn't want to die.
Yeah. In 1998, during the STS-88 mission, photos by NASA claimed to be the Black Knight. Later, they made a statement, NASA, that it was not a satellite, it was not a UFO, it was possibly a thermal blanket that was lost in space by astronauts Jerry L. Ross and James H. Nguyen during an activity done while outside the spacecraft on their mission. And so that is basically the conclusion is the conclusion is there's no conclusion. Like, we don't know.
But it's all connected ever since the beginning of all of this.
What did you do?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You pressed a button and
I didn't mean to press a button. Sorry, guys. We're still learning about...
She pressed a button and everything just like, it zoomed in, it zoomed out.
I know. It's all weird.
It threw me off in my train of thought because I was like, ooh, what's happening?
Sorry, guys.
So
I was messing with our recording stuff, and
yeah,
Heather isn't as
me.
technical
I dropped all my
as...
papers on the ground.
Yeah, she literally like dropped everything. Was like, "What are you doing?" I
was like, "Wait,
this is like the longest episode ever. We cannot re-record this."
So, yeah. I mean, what do you think, Jenna? That's a lot, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of information, and I feel like I commented as I thought as moving forward, and I think that the Derek Schultz guy or whatever his name is going to be dead. The whistleblower by August. I give it August 16th, and then also
Derek Schultz. His name is David Charles Grusch.
I put it all together. Sorry, David Charles Grusch. Yeah, I feel like that, and stay safe out there because I know it's gonna be a rough one for you for the rest of your life until this blows over. I'm scared to go to Vegas now, and I will definitely go on the Facebook Live. And someone just, and also I was a little distracted towards the end because somebody messaged us an encounter of their UFO thing, which is so funny that we're recording this, but I think that a lot of alien stuff has come up recently because of these new sightings and everything. But somebody just sent us a listener an encounter.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, a phenomenal encounter. So please send us your phenomenal fan encounters and we can post them and love them and make an episode with more of them, whether it's alien. I mean, yeah, this seems to be the subject right now. So Ghosts, cryptids. If you are part of the government, if you want to be a whistleblower, and we won't use your name, anything fascinating, conspiracy-ish, anything. Just let us know whatever.
And please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And thank you for all your engagement and all of your kind words. A lot of people have been really like posting, like,
nice,
commenting a lot and stuff,
and
like,
nice,
yeah.
And not usual like social media mean.
Yeah, there hasn't been any trolls. Thank you.
Right. The trolls haven't found us yet.
Not yet. No, thank you. We found our people. Hey.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to email us as well, conspiraciesunlocked@gmail.com. And you definitely need to email us your phenomenal fan encounters because we want all of them. We want to hear what you've been through. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.